Welcome to another episode of The Vault, where me and Steve sit at the round table and we talk about the most important thing in life, comic books.
All right.
Alright, so how's your week been going?
It's been an interesting few days. I've been going to work, and I've been playing hockey, and of course I've been reading comic books.
Comics are good.
I love comics.
Yeah. Well, we just picked up another 5 long boxes of comics here today at Downtown
Holy
Comics.
cow!
So we got a lot of stuff. It's more modern. I would say we're going to have a lot more dollar bin stuff. A lot of DC. They were looking for like Blackest Night, Brightest Day, all the tie-ins. If you missed an issue, you probably got it. We probably do.
Well, Blackest Night was.
Blackest Night was excellent.
Wasn't that the zombie, like Marvel Zombies came out?
Yeah, Black Hand.
Blackest Night. But now, aren't we doing a cyclical thing now with Deceased as another zombie thing?
Yeah.
And Marvel is reintroducing the Marvel Zombies again.
There.
So it's like only
There's
question
a void because
is there-
Robert Kirkman gave up Walking Dead. So we need zombies.
Do we really need them that badly, though? That we got to recycle this old stuff again?
Apparently we do.
I guess we do, folks.
Yeah. So our topic this week is a bit of a touchy subject.
Okay.
Comics and being bullied.
Yes. Okay.
Ever happened to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to remember. I mean, as Peter Collins, our wonderful friend, says all the time. He says, we were like monks back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, there was no such thing as comics being cool.
No.
They were the dorks, and we were the this and the nerds and all the rest of it.
Well, I blame that on the 1950s and the whole comics are corrupting your kids and comics are worthless and.
Well, I mean, I saw a film, and it was an American government film, and they said these young boys are going off into the woods, and what are they doing?
Reading comics.
They're reading comics. Oh my! This is the word. They should be slaughtering animals.
Yeah, I mean, now you're going to get a kid to read anything, right?
No kids. I mean, if they're lucky, they're looking at their hands and looking at a tweet or whatever the heck it is.
Oh, I learned so many words just from comics because I couldn't get enough of them, right?
Well, especially Mr. Fantastic was always had a big lexicon, you know.
Even in old Archie comics had a lot of big words in it.
That is true, yeah.
They weren't like for dummies. Like you actually had to look it up in the dictionary and see what we were talking about.
Was it because, I mean, was the education system better back in the day? You know, I mean, were people getting a better education, all through the board?
Oh, I think they were.
Now?
Oh, I totally think they were.
You know, I mean, we went, with schools.
You look at that movie Quiz Show?
Yes.
Right? And they're like, nobody had really TVs back then, so they're sitting at the table, out on the picnic table, and they're like throwing questions at each other and stuff. And nowadays, kids.
No, and that's all over the world too.
Oh yeah.
All over. It's not North America. It is everywhere. And there was a funny thing. I was in Thailand recently, and I was to a Buddhist temple, and there was about 50 monks, and I thought they were praying. They all had their cell phones.
Sure.
I'm like, what? You guys are Buddhist monks. You should.
There's a new show on TV now called Digital Intervention.
Really?
Yep. Kids who can't leave their room because of video games, or people who can't stop being on social media at all. Like, at all.
That's insane.
Like, at all, right? Like,
Folks,
they're lucky they sleep 3-4 hours a day. Right?
I'd rather them not see our show than to be addicted to the whole thing. I mean, this is fun for us.
We're not that addicted.
But we're not that addicted to it. But we are addicted to comics.
Yes, comics
So
are the best.
you got a load of 5 boxes, long boxes here today.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, say, getting bullied.
Yeah.
So have you had an experience?
Oh, I had a bad experience. February 1983. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Do you know what date of February?
Oh, it would have been a Saturday. It was early February.
Okay.
And it was my last trip to the escape hatch because he was shutting down and he was going all adult
Yes, yes. Back in the day when you needed to buy adult
So-
merchandise.
The way things worked for me on a Saturday was I'd do my papers in the morning, right?
Okay.
I'd probably get the bus around 10:30, 11 o'clock there in front of the old Zellers, right?
Yeah.
And it'd go up to where Kmart used to be,
Yeah.
and my friend Mark Cole would get on the bus with me, and we'd go to the mall. We'd have lunch at usually Dairy Queen, they had the best deal, right? And then we hit the Games Arcade, because Games Arcades were huge back then, right? And then we get on another bus and go to the Escape Hatch, right? And then we get another bus and go home, right? So it was winter time, so it was dark, right?
Yeah.
Now we're sitting on the bus, and the way I could totally remember the way it was set up. It's like, okay, here's the driver. You go down this way. So we were in the front seats, but then you had those two side seats, and then the front seats in front of it, right?
Yeah.
Two older guys from my neighborhood. They're probably 3 years older than me, right? Sporty guys, popular, right? They were there with their girlfriends, right? And they were cute girlfriends, right?
So it's almost like a Biff type of thing from Revenge of the Nerds or something.
Nah, it was worse than that.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
I'm
but I mean, that was
sitting
the
there,
scenario.
right? And this is back like at Escape Hatch. They put your comics in a brown paper bag and put a piece of tape over it.
Yeah, yeah, I
You
remember that.
leave,
Well, I worked
right?
at Escape Hatch, so I know all about it.
So he takes it out of my hand, right? I don't know why the bus driver didn't do anything or anyone else on the bus. I was like, leave me alone. Like, we were hanging out together. We weren't bothering nobody, right? We had our comics. We were going back to my house to, sleep over. We were only in grade 7, right? And she was just laughing at me for buying comics. And I had bought... When Doug closed, he'd done up a bunch of bundles of 10 issues,
Yeah.
right? So I bought a bundle of New Mutants #1 for $4, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really good deal. And believe me, nowadays, 40 cents a pop for New Mutants #1, awesome deal. Right?
It is.
I said, what are you buying 10 copies of the same comic for, right? And they're all laughing at me and stuff, and calling me a loser and that.
That's nasty, man.
And then finally one of his girlfriends said, oh, give him back his comics, Bob. He bought us alone with it, right? And they would have got off at the same stop as me, but I remember I got off the stop before. Did like this walk of shame. Like,
No, that's terrible,
with my
man.
buddy, like, 'cause I didn't want to get off
With them, yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, it really affected me. But a year later, I gave up comics, and it's too bad, really. Comics should be respected.
Well, I mean, people should be respected, man. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's. I don't understand like the magic card thing. But I'm not, I personally, I don't understand it. I haven't, bought these things. But I mean, I'm not disrespecting these people. If,
You're not
I mean,
grabbing them out of their hands,
say, hey, you're an
laughing
idiot,
at
man.
them,
Oh,
and
oh.
saying, "Oh, what a waste of money that is!" But I was really embarrassed when I got off the
That
the
sucks,
bus.
man.
Right?
I mean, it's funny. I remember a situation where it was Gourmet Foods had the comic books, and this was in the '80s.
I was there.
And my friend Sean was picking up his comics because he would pick them up because he lived by the mall.
Yeah.
And there was these pretty girls there,
Yeah.
and he did not want to be seen with those comics. He said, "You take them."
Yeah.
And of course, I said, "Yeah, I'll take them." You know what I mean? And it was, and then the girl was there, grabbed the comics from me.
Yeah.
And was look at what do you got here? What do you got? And I'm like, they're comic books. It's called reading type of thing, And now it'd be with Sergeant Rock and and Unknown Soldier, which I I didn't buy myself, but Sean had them, and of course they gave them back to him after but he just didn't want to be seen with them comics, especially with them pretty girls. There,
No, it's
right?
funny because you can be ashamed of something, but I worked hard to buy those comics, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that summer, I had 2 jobs before I went to grade 8, right? I was selling the ice cream on the Dickie D carts, right? And I was paying a kid $2 a day to deliver my newspapers. And I was making
Yeah,
a couple bucks off of that too. Right?
Subcontracting, folks.
And I don't know too many 13-year-old kids who got 2 jobs nowadays. Well, yeah, that really broke my heart, boy. You know, I felt like such a loser by buying comics, right?
That's terrible.
And now, like, it's like the thing, right? I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm being verklempt. I'll be alright.
They're there. The thing is, though, is that, and I think we're all both trying to say in this thing, is that, you know, no matter what you're into, whether it's comic books or magic cards or Pop Funkos or whatever, I mean, that's your thing that you're into and you're proud of it, you know, and you get into groups. Like, I mean, I was a Doctor Who fan forever, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, Doctor Who back in, you know, 30 years ago might not have been, you know, the trendy thing that it is today. But, I mean, I was with my friends, the Whovians, you know, and we did these things and we formed a club. And so, you know, I never really cared about it. That's a geeky thing or whatever. And there's always going to be some moron out there who, you know, is not into reading or not into these things, and they want to make themselves feel all manly and good by picking on a little fella. I mean, like I said, this guy was a little nerdy kid with glasses. And this guy was 3 years older than you. Yeah. Yeah, so I wonder what he's doing today, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
I'd say.
I was like 12 and a half, right?
Yeah. So
you're at that age where, like, yeah, you notice girls, right?
Yes.
And then they have a bunch of pretty girls who are like 15, 16, laughing at you and calling you little kid for reading comics. Yeah, that really hit me in the heart, but right?
Yeah.
All right, well, so that's going to do it for another week because I'm kind of verklempt here.
Yeah.
And, well, keep reading comics and we'll see you in the vault.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Shadow is my only friend. I play my